What up, YouTube? You can't stop trading and investing with your boy James E. Today, continuing with the momentum as usual. I'm gonna talk about Ozsc and how I capitalized on that this morning, but trying to capitalize on the dip buy opportunity after kind of bit me a little bit. Also want to get into Aitx again, how I capitalize on that thing in the morning and the potential it still has that I'm seeing in the chart pattern. But before I do that, man, please click that like button. Please subscribe. It's very much appreciated. I am not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy that likes to research and analyze anything I find interesting in the stock market. And I'm willing to share that with anybody willing to listen. So that being said, let's just get right into it, all right? Let's see. Yeah. Let's start off with Aitx again. Capitalized on this morning. Gapping up in the morning. Made a nice $247 profit. Could have potentially made more. Now again, man, like I said, nothing is set in stone. So typically what has been happening when I'm buying at the close and selling it at the open, we get a nice little push and it actually pushes me up and makes a great profit when I hit sell the market. I did make a pretty good profit here, but I could have actually made quite a bit more profit, about another $200 profit. But again, the sell the market order didn't execute me the way I would like to. And so, but I still wound up with a pretty good profit. Just continuing the pattern that I've been seeing, and now we're seeing this nice curl. Again, man, this is still on my radar for a potential curl, and we could potentially reach back up at those levels with the catalyst that it had of, announcing the sales, and they're getting off to the good start in 2021. So, that one is still very much on my radar. Capitalize on the same trade I've been talking about in all the previous videos on Aitx. If you haven't watched them, please go and do so. It's just capitalizing on the same thing you're seeing in the chart and keeping it really simple and continuing to bank on that simplicity that I'm seeing in those charts. So, just that real quick. Aitx again capitalized on the morning, selling it into the morning. Ozsc. Now, if we get into here, this one actually had a beautiful push in the morning. But again, sell the market. And again, this time, typically what I get is that push because I was actually up, I want to say roughly over 200. I want to say about $260 profit. But I hit sell the market right at the market open like I typically do. This one did not gap up in the morning. It just opened at the same closing price. But I had a feeling because it held this high level in here all day yesterday that we would potentially get a push. So I try to be a little more patient with it because it was basically at break even, zero profit when the market opened. And then I was up maybe like $12, something like that. And so I was a little more patient. And then when I started to see the push, I sold sell the market when I was up roughly, I want to say like $70 to $80 profit, thinking it would sell me into the push. But then instead it sold me at the lowest point and I winded up with the $69 profit. And as you can see right here, I'm red, 107. I sold the $69 profit in another account. I had day trades in this account, so I decided to try to capture the dip, and that's kind of what winded up biting me in the ass a little bit today. So as you can see right here, it had the push to the 18, which would have been a beautiful profit, which would have been, I want to say about a $450 profit. So again, just missed out on the opportunity, but it's part of my process. We can't win them all. So, I made this, I could have realistically made, about a $400 to $50 profit, but I wound up taking a $69 profit in the morning. And then when we had this huge tank right here, typically when I'm trying to dip, I want to see two greens, just like we've seen right here. So I try to buy into this and then boom, it dropped. So I instantly sold it for like a minus $40 profit, or I'm sorry, for like a minus $40, $40 loss. And then when it dropped and I seen this big push again, I'm like, okay, this might potentially be the bottom now, which it kind of pretty much was. It dipped a little bit more before we had the nice push right here. which I could have capitalized and made a pretty nice profit, but it instantly started dropping again. And then, so at that point, I just mistimed it twice. So sold again for another $60. So I winded up total trying to dip buy this in here, sold it for a loss, then try to dip buy it in here, sold it for a loss. So I winded up taking a $107 loss on the dip buy opportunity on Ozsc. If I would have timed it right and got it at the bottom in this 1611, I could have potentially tried to dip by 20,000 shares. I could have potentially made another $200. But just a horrible mistiming. And now it's actually curling back up and holding this base. So that might be a great opportunity for me to think about getting back in this stock again. It is still very much on my radar just because of the news catalyst linked to Tesla. But I don't really like what I'm seeing right now in the... Actually, it's depending on how this closes, this might still very much be a buy. But just depending, I didn't like the way it was looking this morning. But again, man, it's still going to remain on my radar. So, I just wanted to get in a quick analysis of that. And it just had a beautiful pop right now. So, it's still bright and early in the morning, guys. The market's only been open for an hour. So, this thing could still very well move. And I just, again, mistimed the bottom. Even if I would have stayed in this area, I would be at profit right now. But, again, you just never know, man. It's always speculative to be in the penny stock market. I am more of a trader than investor. I do like investing, but again, I'm more of a trader. So, I cut my losses, man. Anytime I'm feeling uncomfortable, I just cut my losses. It's always a safe bet. I am still green on the day, so no big deal. So, again, man, capitalize on the market open movement on Aitx and Ozsc. Then try to capitalize on the dip buy opportunity here. Took a loss. Try to capitalize on the dip buy opportunity here. Took a loss. My thesis was correct as far as dip buying it because it could have been profitable. I just mistimed it here and then mistimed it here. And now we're finally picking up and having the bounce. But hey, man, that's the name of the game. That shit happens. I'm not mad at all. It's just an understanding. So Ozsc, I tried to dip buy it. I want to say this is about the 5th time for 5 different trades, and I've only executed and profited on one on Ozsc. So for me personally, that's telling me that Ozsc is just getting too complicated for me personally to capture the dip buy because I continue to mistime it, and I've only capitalized 1 out of 5 trades on here on the actual dip. So just stick to what I know in Ozsc, which is either buying the breakout or buying the close and selling it at the market open. And then Aitx, I've actually capitalized nicely on the dip, on the breakout, and on the overnight play. So Aitx, I'm a little more comfortable with that. So that's definitely going to be on my radar still. So both of these are going to maintain on my radar because I could still see opportunity in both these charts. And I will continue to have these on my radar until I no longer see opportunity. And then I'll start looking for something else that I find interesting that I could capitalize on. So that's going to be it for today, guys, on Aitx and Ozsc. Let me know what you guys think of my analysis. If you made it this far, please click that like button. Please subscribe. You Can't Stop Mafia is a mindset movement, meaning never stop yourself, never stop your process, never stop your education, especially in finance. Having multiple streams of income is an amazing thing, and the stock market is a place where you could do that, man. So Aitx, capitalized beautifully on it. Ozsc made some profit this morning and gave it back, trying to dip buy it. So took a very small loss. Overall, I think about a $35 loss today on that. But overall, I'm still profitable, over $500 on the day. So really no big deal. This is why you cut your losses, man. This is why it's important to cut your losses. So that's going to be it for today, guys. I'll be sure to keep you updated as much as possible. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.